Welcome. Once again, we invite you to listen to the words of St. John's Gospel and prayerfully reflect upon them this Wednesday. Jesus cried out and said, "Whoever believes in me, believes not only in me, but also the one who sent me. And whoever sees me, sees the one who sent me. I come into the world as light, so that everyone who believes in me might not remain in darkness. And if anyone hears my words and does not observe them, I do not condemn him. For I did not come to condemn the world, but to save the world. Whoever rejects me does not accept my words. Whoever rejects me and does not accept my words has something to judge him. The word that I spoke, it will condemn him on the last day, because I did not speak on my own, but the Father who sent me commanded me what to say and to speak. And I know that his commandment is eternal life. So what I say as the Father told me." The Gospel of the Lord. I don't know about you, but the longer the quarantine is extended, the more I find my world reduced. My activities are curtailed. At this stage of my life, I'm not that busy to begin with, but this has gotten to be ridiculous. I got a text the other day from someone who asked how I was doing, that I hope I wasn't doing too much. And when I reflected, I realized I had done one thing that day. I went and looked something up in a file. I said, I've got to do more. This is the way I've been trained. This is the way I was brought up, even as a child. How do you measure? You measure by accomplishments, by success. You measure by doing. It's the way our religion was as well. How do I know if I'm a believer? Well, I go to Mass, I go to communion, I say the rosary, I do prayers, all of which are fine and accepted and helpful. But then I tend to use them as a measure of my worth. And if that's true, then I wind up now not doing much. The next logical step is, I guess I'm not worth much. What can I do? I can't turn the tides of this pandemic that's infected the entire world. I can't even make a difference on the local scene. The challenge of that is in the scriptures as well. As I listened to the gospel today, one line struck me. Jesus saying, I've come into the world as light, and where there's darkness, where my word is being lived, then there will be light. And I'm wondering then, what am I doing? What am I doing to bring light to the world? And I must confess, the answer is not much. Do I say my prayers? Yeah, sure. Do I think about other people? Sometimes, especially if I do some reflecting and reading. I hear so many good things happening in the midst of the human experience. People being heroic in such quiet ways. And then I was reflecting too on what is it that makes me effective? If I can't do something, if I can't be productive according to the old standard by which I was raised, then how do I pay my way? How do I make a difference? And I thought, and I go back to my youth, Jesus, or the church through the words of Jesus, gives us sacraments, which all of a sudden we're cut off from in so many ways. And I wonder, what are sacraments again? How come they're so important? Actually, when I had them, I didn't think about it much. If I went